Hello, YouTube, and welcome here to Canada and Most Sport for race number 4 of the 2009 Coconut Cup Series Championship. And alongside me once again is Stephen Paul III.
Still here, guys.
As on the front row for this one, Isaac Flickinger trying to end the curse of the 48 and finally have someone go to victory lane in this elusive number, and he'll start alongside one of our road course aces, Zachary Fitzwater. Juan Rodriguez, who won Duel 2 when the 48 had issues, will start alongside Marcus Ambrose. Mary Shelley, Mitchell Collins, row 3, with Matt Duncan, Austin Plant, row 4. Max Anderson and Ryan George in row 5. Here's the rest of Starring Grid as I hand over to Steven for his thoughts and predictions.
Oh, last year we've seen about 3 other races here. It's been kind of spread out as we've seen, but 36 laps. Last year's race was 41. Isaac just waxed the field here. We're going to see some crashes and stuff. We're going to see some interesting strategy here. That leader in clean air, it's going to be hard to beat. We're going to see a lot of comers and goers like we usually do at the road courses. I'm not going to say this is going to be the barn burner of a race, but definitely stay tuned. You never know what can happen in one of these races. Our 5 row is Allison Rain and Time Ballard over here. Former winners are Mary Shelley Steve, and then Stephen Paul third. And last year was Isaac, so let's see what happens.
And because he's on pole and it just kind of makes it as an easy enough pick, my pick for driver to watch will be Isaac Flickinger.
Mary Shelley 6-win club, let's go.
Drivers, start your engines.
The logic that Pollard is going with is that so far in the other over in North Wilkesboro, both winners were drivers that had 5 wins and joined got their 6th career win. So he was looking for a driver to do that, and he went with Mary Shelley to grab a 2nd win here at Mosport and her 6th win of her career. As
Isaac
this time,
going.
Isaac Flickinger has gone farther along this time than he did on Thursday.
Other notables, Bradley Ream's debut, Robert Pollard's first start of the season, too.
So yeah, Bradley Ream going to watch and follow his progress there in car 20. And Robert Pollard was the last car to race in his duel. Technically, I guess it would go to Mitchell Hodak. As the green flag is out, we're underway here from Most Sport.
Well, we're seeing the battle in the back. Well, was contact there.
And Fitzwater. What?
Wow.
Okay. And the curse of the 48 lives on, apparently.
I mean, Fitzwater, didn't he win a couple road courses in the Hooters series? So he's got some prowess here.
He's got some. I mean, and then you have Ambrose in 3rd. He's also a road course ace as well. Battle currently is for 4th with Mitchell Collins and Juan Rodriguez.
I just hope Ambrose don't stop in the hill.
As this is going to be the first trouble spot of the race.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
35 drives it in. 12 is off course.
Off course.
And there's Isaac Flickinger back to the race lead.
Oh, that lasted the corner.
Well, no, it lasted half the track. Juan Rodriguez going to try and use his dual race win for momentum. He's up to 3rd.
Isaac Flickinger to that lead.
Well, yeah. And he might try and set sail.
Well, here's the thing. Remember last year, Isaac had, I believe it was that Lime Rock. He got a 30-second penalty, so anything can happen still.
Well, it's a lot harder to get a 30-second time penalty here for pit lane.
Yeah, that's true.
Because what he did was he missed pit lane to get it the last time.
Matt Duncan's best career finish still was that 4th at Bristol when his first for his start. He was really fast in qualifying and in the duels, so we'll see what he can do today.
Well, and currently holds the 7th spot over Mary Shelley. There was no one on pit lane, but there is trouble for DeLon Ebrahimian and William Brock.
Yeah, probably same, same shit, different corner.
Yeah, we apologize for the language. Battle for 3rd, maybe between Marcus Ambrose, Juan Rodriguez. We'll have to see if this one solidifies going into this corner. This is basically where you set up all of your passes.
Glad Charles didn't say Gene in the 47.
As Isaac Flickinger goes wide, here comes the 29.
Okay, well, I don't know what Charles did the I-9 overnight, but holy crap.
Well, I think as part of it is just remembering what I was meant to do for the duels that we didn't do. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater, though. It's also the fact we've got 42 cars on the track. Matt Duncan underneath, or to driver's right of Mitchell Collins.
Oh!
Or was that? Well, that was pit stop. That was from the toe.
Now there's the incident right there. Fitzwater nearly dies.
As Duncan gets by Mitchell Collins, now sets his sights on the 5 of Austin LaPlante. No, as Fitzwater wasn't able to get by the 48.
No, but he's still getting 117, fastest lap of the race for him.
As driver falling back, now we have Will Hoyt went back. He had some sort of issue. Zorline's on pit lane, as is Amy Shelley with damage to car 4.
Force destroyed.
So Amy Shelley now with issues, and we'll see if
Amy.
Was it supposed to be 36? Wow. Feels like it wouldn't have been 36 laps. Either way.
It was 41 last year, so I'm glad this is Mel.
As Mitchell Collins now gets the run on Matt Duncan.
Well, 78 did not make that corner to save his life.
25 gets their service done. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. This would be like fewer laps than last year because it's less distance.
Yes. 6 car, man, they're having a hell of a battle. Here comes the 5 car.
Austin LaPlante trying to make the move on Marcus Ambrose and Juan Rodriguez. As now Isaac Flickinger starting to set sail.
Well, you know, the curse of the 48, so let's not say he set sail yet.
Well, he's setting sail for the time being. Whether or not that continues, we'll see. Ambrose all over the back bumper of the 35.
We're sorry, bud. We're wondering what makeup on the track's going to happen to him. 47 cars all over that back bumper.
As Bell for third, trying to look. Ambrose just looking for a line that will work.
James Qualls won at Sonoma in Season 4 in the old Gen 4 car, trying to get another win for the Woeful 26. Ryan George finished 3rd at Road America. He's running 9th now, pretty good at the road courses himself, too. And Sim 35 is going to make the corner. Yes, he will.
Actually, the entire top 5 made the corner. It's Qualls that's going to be the first that doesn't. Steve Pollard doesn't. No one behind him made it. Up until LeDuc.
Is that Brock? It's Brock.
That is William Brock right there. Back on track now in 51. Amy Shelley, Matt McIntyre, and Delon Ebrahimian behind the wall.
Yeah, Matt McIntyre's a new one. After LeDuc trying to pass his old kind of car number, I guess the team's car number, whatever. Best way of saying it.
Yeah, basically.
Whoa.
There was the smoke from the last time.
There's a lot of trouble in that corner there.
As Fitzwater, a 10th quicker than Isaac Flickinger last time around. Juan Rodriguez continues to hold 3rd spot over Marcus Ambrose.
Like I mentioned in the duels, these things are bricks in dirty air, so I mean, Fitzwater's faster, just can't do anything with that car.
As we look for not going to be easy to find a battle, I guess. Stephen Pollard III trying to close in on Bill Bragg Jr. As well as for Max Anderson.
You see that stand right over there? That's where I'm going to be sitting eating my Act 2 popcorn.
Steve. Oh, someone went off. A lot of drivers there. Never mind. Someone kicked up some dust, but I'm not sure who. So here comes Anderson looking for spot on Steve Pollard. This is the battle for 11th.
I guess we'll watch Cropley if he has a brake failure because he had one in the DQ race last year and just died at Barber. So that's happened from today. No. Who was in the 33 last year?
I was gonna say because Cropley couldn't have been in the 33. Anderson alongside the 27.
Oh, this is gonna end in tears. Almost tears.
Well, as Steve Pollard puts 2 wheels on the curb, but makes it work.
Look back there. That might be a crash back there.
As it's Hunter Braxton calling Cropley side by side for 15th.
I thought they were going to die. They were door banging off that corner in the background.
And it is Cropley that gets the spot.
Yep. Fitzwater gains, and then he loses time to the 48. Just that dirty air is affecting that 29.
Well, and Austin LaPlante lost a lot of ground, actually, to the 4th place car of Marcus Ambrose.
Yeah, the 5 cars. They had the top 5 this season?
Yes. I think we mentioned that at one point. I feel like he has. As Mary Shelley might have a move here on the 6th. No, actually he doesn't. Never mind.
Yeah, 5 car has had the top 5 since Chris Wilson. Excuse me, not Chris Wilson. Chris Washer ran the car. Yeah, at Irwindale, so it's been a while for them. Amy trying to get to the 6th car. Has a faster car. Amy Mary's Shard.
Okay, you made the mistake because I made the mistake. Whoops. Mitchell Collins trying to fend off from Matt Duncan as well. So far, we haven't had to see any the officials throw a caution because we haven't had anything big enough.
Caution at a road course?
That would be something, wouldn't it? Mary Shelley, though, makes the move on Matt Duncan, and it's not even in the normal spot.
That was a power move, and we saw her crash in the duel on side-by-side.
Although going around the outside of turn 3, and that's going to end about how you would expect it to.
Not really. Mary's got big females.
Mary's still there.
I think Mary's got big female cojones, and she made that pass work.
Well, Matt Duncan's not giving it up, though.
Matt Duncan does not respect his females because he's body slamming her. Let's see how he does in this corner.
No contact yet in this battle.
There's going to be contact.
As Duncan, Austin LaPlante is off.
Matt Duncan's like, I've never been this close to a female, and look what happened. He goes in the dirt.
And now Mitchell Collins going to try and take 5th spot away from Austin LaPlante.
Yep. Just trying to get that power down. Issues for somebody.
As that is Peter Onjak on pit lane.
Tough break for the long car.
Whoa,
there's going to be more issues.
There we go. Collins trying to make the move.
Oh, no.
Side by side still.
Yeah, oh, good Lord.
And 39 cars still running. There's Onjak's car.
Doesn't look like he hit anything hard. The car just won't destroy.
And Collins now clears LaPlante, so move the 12 up to 5th. This is one of the better runs for that 12 car this season.
Yeah, not getting 6 lucky dogs.
And the 46 back out on track. Just going to be a lap down, though.
Isaac and Fitzwater, definitely the 2 best cars in the field.
Yeah, they are setting sail right now. And Isaac just able to run his own race. Same for Fitzwater running their own line. Top 4 keeping on the track. Now LaPlante's coming back at Mitchell Collins.
Now, we surprised that Isaac won everything in the sun last year, and he would have won that dual race if he didn't have an issue.
True. Although I don't think LaPlante's going to be close enough to make a move on the 12. But Max Anderson was close enough for Steve Pollard. This is the battle for 11th.
Yep, trying to come down the inside. Is it going to end in shambles?
Oh, nearly contact into the S's.
I think Max
there
Anderson
was contact.
Oh, God. Oh, there is. Oh, my God. Steve Pollard does not appreciate that move.
27 used to be an RCR car when they ran before, but not anymore.
Oh, no. Now they're I don't know what the heck. Did Joe get or something?
I don't know. As Max Anderson trying to complete the move. Not quite clear, though, as they go through turn 1.
Steve Pollard is wheeling that Kurt Shelmerdine car.
Anderson trying to hold it around the outside like we just saw Mary Shelley do. Not quite going to be able to do it. And Steve Pollard
not
edge
yet.
Back in front and clears.
Wow, Steve Pollard drove the wheels off that car.
What a job there by Steve Pollard to hang on to 11th.
Gee, seriously, I can't believe he hanged on to the race car. Wow, 12 car.
Way wide. That's going to open the door for Austin LaPlante. Matt Duncan's off course there a little bit.
Every time I think I'm going to have to get the lawn chairs and popcorn, they just keep having some great battles. Here comes LaPlante.
Just not for the lead. As Austin LaPlante side by side for 5th. Ryan George side by side with Matt Duncan. That is for 8th.
Oh, God. When does it end in shambles?
And nearly contact there between the 5 and the 12.
It was looking to be, oh, God.
Ryan George clears Matt Duncan. That's moved the 64 up to 8th. Mary Shelley's watching on, trying to figure out where she can make a move on one of these cars.
Yep. Oh, no.
And pulls alongside Mitchell Collins in the 12. Shelley going to try around the outside of turn 2 again.
Yeah, Mary Shelley just likes that around the outside.
Not quite there this time, though.
God, what a battle.
Now, is this going to be over for 5th, though, with Mitchell Collins and Austin LaPlante?
Somebody in trouble.
As we're closing in up here. It was JT Bryant making a pit stop. As there's Will Hoyt in front of him.
Yeah, that's not going to help. But yeah, it's getting a little close.
These guys are just closing in. He's not close enough yet. As here comes Mitchell Collins, the battle for 5th rages on. Matt Duncan's not done with Ryan George.
They battle up the Mario Andretti straight right here.
Yeah, you called the Mario Andretti straight something different on Thursday.
What did I say?
You said it was the one leading up to the double right-hander.
Whoops. Right here, it's going to end in shambles
Well,
almost.
you thought it was the other time. It doesn't this time either.
I don't know how. Talent, I guess.
Side by side off the final corner. Mitchell Collins leaves enough space for the 5 as they're now within a second up front.
Yeah, and then they are 6 seconds clear of everybody else.
29 might have ran wide, though, somewhere else. It's the closest that we've really ever seen a battle at Most Sport be.
Seriously, ever in all 3 series.
Like, usually by this point, Isaac Flickinger would have been setting sail to like a 3 or 4 second lead, but Fitzwater not letting him get away. Dylan Young now pits.
I think Fitzwater light a fire under his ass after getting beat by Daniel Bouchard last week.
Fitzwater not going to be close enough this time. Marcus Ambrose going to have an opening for the battle for 3rd.
Yep, and they're actually closing in on these guys. Looks like a little bit. Ambrose is getting blocked. Dirty air.
As can Ambrose try and make a move on his fellow Toyota?
Yeah, I got it. Oh, he's pushing.
He's pushing him down the Mario Andretti straight. Mitchell Collins has opened up a gap as Austin LaPlante went wide. 47 couldn't make a move.
No, I think he just didn't want to tear up the car.
Maybe.
Yeah.
As the lead is officially now under a second. Fitzwater not letting the 48 get away.
Nope, and there's 17 still up there on fresh tires, pulling just ever so slightly.
As checking in,
Right.
Seth Cole is
Cole
behind the
is
wall.
out.
Second in the points is now out.
That's a tough. Ryan George up to 7th.
Yep, he's gone around Mary Shelley now.
Seth Cole, that's a massive F for him.
He's going to take a big hit in the points. Open door there for Chris Wilson and JT Bryant now.
Well, Chris isn't running too well himself either. Another pit stop.
As this time it's Brett Moma, our most recent winner, who's pit.
The legend, 3 top wins, 3 top 5s, and 4 top 10s and 14 starts.
And again, not quite close enough. This time Ambrose goes wide. There is Ryan George. Mary Shelley now is going to get a move done on James Qualls. This will move the 18 back up to 9th. I'm not quite sure how far back the 18 fell. Although James Qualls also going to lose a spot to Steve Pollard in all of this.
Yep. Oh, God, this might end the shit. Oh, God.
Steve Pollard's able to clear the 26, no problem. Never mind, because Qualls fights back and pit stops here for the leaders.
Yep.
As both the 48 and the 29 pit, that will hand the lead over to Juan Rodriguez in the 35.
Now remember, we're still doing 5 bonus points, and with how close the how many cars we have and the team, every point matters literally to make a race.
Well, we'll see what the let's see if pitting early for some of those other cars is going to mean anything. Because here comes Isaac Flickinger out of the pits. Same for Fitzwater. And there's Time Pollard. There's Allison Rain.
And now remember,
I think Fitzwater is closer this time.
Oh, yeah. And there's a 2-stop race now with them pitting on lap 13.
You would think at least. You know what? Let's watch this battle because Fitzwater might be able to try and make a move on Isaac Flickinger.
Yeah, I got slow cars ahead of you, so... Well, not really slow cars.
Well, not slow, but cars that haven't pit. Can the 48 keep the car on track? Coming up into the double right-hander. Yep, Isaac Flickinger does. Fitzwater doesn't.
Fitzwater's got it. The 48's going to get held up right here by the 36.
Well, gonna try to pass Allison Rain. Gonna have to be careful on this because the 36 hasn't pit yet.
Oh, no.
As Juan Rodriguez now leads a lap. Allison Rain thought about trying to make a move on Time Pollard.
48 lost time right there. He hit the brakes.
As William Brock stays out, he just hasn't pit yet. I think everyone else that hasn't has now pit.
Yep, and now that's 5 bonus points for the 35.
So wait for the 48 to go by. There is Isaac Flickinger. That's for the race lead. Fitzwater will be in second. It is Juan Rodriguez third. Mitchell Collins is going to be fourth.
Comes to LaPlante.
Although here comes LaPlante trying to get that spot away. He's up to at least fifth.
Yep. Ambrose lost a spot.
Ambrose lost a few spots, actually. Because he was fourth. He's now, as LaPlante on warm tires, trying to look for a way around the 12.
Yeah, this is where you got to get all you can. Oh, my God, he's there.
Oh,
There
he's
he
there,
comes.
but that's not where you want to make that move to that side of the track.
No, that's almost to the grass.
As tried for a crossover, actually, and both drivers are going to run wide.
Oh, Brian George.
So that's going to allow Ryan George. There's Peter Onjak, but he's a lap down. So that's not for position there. As Will Hoyt now pits. And coming around to make this official, Isaac Flickinger now back to the race lead after not leading one lap in the entire pit cycle. Fitzwater second, Juan Rodriguez third. Battle for fourth between Mitchell Collins, Austin LaPlante. Ryan George is sixth. Marcus Ambrose is in seventh. Matt Duncan eighth. Steve Pollard is in ninth. Mary Shelley in 10th. Peter Onjak is a lap down in 38th. Max Anderson, James Qualls, Hunter Braxton, Bill Bragg Jr., Stephen Pollard III, Raphael Leduc, Colin Cropley, Sam Schluter, Dylan Young, Henry Stanford, the top 20. Brian James is now in 21st. Where's the 25? He's on pit lane. Okay. So Brian James now 21st. Jeff James, Brett Moma, Bradley Ream, Pretty Shaw, Brett Hill, Chris Wilson, Carter Joey, JT Bryant, and Tim Randolph now the top 30. Robert Pollard, Mitchell Hodak, Time Pollard, Allison Rain, Jonathan Zorline, the lead, and then Tristan Wilhoit, the lead lap cars in the top 36.
It's still down,
And it's
man.
still
They
under a
just- yeah.
second.
Yeah, they have just left the field in the dust.
But it's 7 seconds back to, well, now it's over a second. 7 seconds back, though, to Juan Rodriguez. Austin LaPlante has gone 4th spot away from Mitchell Collins now.
This reminds me of that Cars movie with Lightning and that new fast car. They're just yarding the field.
Francesco or something like that. I forget what the Italian car's name was in that one. You're thinking of Cars 2, though.
Yeah, and 7th place, Marcus Ambrose just ran his best lap of the race, so good job for Ambrose.
But still not even in the top 10 of
Or
the
like
fastest
third,
laps.
that's funny.
So yeah, Zorline and Qualls the only two that are not our top two that have run a lap time under a minute 17. As Austin LaPlante goes wide, that's going to allow Mitchell Collins maybe to get a move done, but he goes wide. Now here comes Ryan George looking for 5th.
I think wide is an understatement, man.
Yeah, just a tad.
I'm
Now
saying,
where can Ryan George get a move done on the 12? He's going to try to look to the left.
Yeah, try and avenge his DNQ from last weekend, trying to come up here and get that pass.
Mary Shelley also trying to get 9th spot away from Steve Pollard. Couldn't quite make a move. And now the 12 able to fend off from Ryan George. And Dylan Young is reporting a vibration on the 24. And actually, flat tire on the 24.
Oh, no.
Well, he'll make it back to pit lane, but the 24, which was running in 19th, add an extra stop to his day as he will now plummet.
Break for Dylan.
He does get back to pit lane, though, and not having to tow the car back, as Peter Onjak in the way a little bit of Leduc, who goes wide.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
That was close. Dylan Young back into his pit stall now. Cropley looking for a way around Braddock. As Braddock tries to get by Onjak now. So 46 a little bit off the pace, although not sure how far off the pace.
28.
As Braddock gonna muscle the 46 wide.
I think he did.
As Braddock now able to try and get a run on Leduc, who's trying to get by the 57. Promptly gets
46.
by the 46.
Yeah, quick flat tire change from 46.
Yeah, they went 2 tires on that. Well, it's hard to tell what the well, he's 4 seconds off of what the fast lap of the day is.
Yeah.
That
5 seconds.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
top 3 have just yarded the field.
Well, Juan Rodriguez is actually catching the top 2, which is interesting in itself. He just ran his fast lap of the race. And so speeds are picking up here.
Yeah,
but right now the best battle on track is for 5th between Mitchell Collins, Ryan George, and Marcus Ambrose.
Sun's not coming. Sun might be, the clouds might be coming over this Canadian weather.
As Mitchell Collins trying to fend off from
Ambrose,
Ryan
oh my
George.
God.
Ambrose going to go wide. That's going to open the door for Matt Duncan in the 6.
Yeah, Steve also goes a little wide right there. Here comes the 6.
And Duncan couldn't quite make his move right away. He now goes to the right side of the 47. Side by side for 7th here down the Mario Andretti straight.
And they'll descend in shambles.
No, they're making it work. Side by side there,
God.
the 6 gives room into the final corner. We've seen this work out really well today so far. Ambrose hangs onto it at the line.
Nice job.
But it is going to be Matt Duncan who prevails here through turn 1, I think.
Oh,
Not quite.
turn.
Ambrose is still there.
Ambrose is fighting hard.
Ambrose trying to hang on to 7th. Duncan throws it around the outside of turn 2. He's still there into turn 3.
He's not giving it up. Oh, he's going to have to.
And Ambrose hangs on to the spot.
Yeah, the 6 car was going to set him flying if he did it.
On Jack now makes his pit stop. And right now, Ryan George goes wide a little bit. So we watch this battle. Here comes Steve Pollard. Mary Shelley's off in the grass. And now Steve Pollard wants to take 8th spot away. Anderson's looking for 10th on Mary Shelley.
Steve caught him pretty quick, too.
And Steve not able to make the move. Matt Duncan keeps the spot.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting at this point. Oh, my God.
Anderson and Shelley. Contact and around goes to 78. There they go.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Damn it.
And there goes a top 10 run for both Anderson and Shelley.
And I guarantee you that the Shelleys are not happy with Max Anderson.
Oh. You could kind of see that one maybe coming, but either way, Steve Pollard now trying to chase down Matt Duncan. But what that does is it promotes James Qualls back up into the top 10. Problems for Allison Rain now in the 36. And this is on the front stretch. So her car is going to have to get towed the whole length of the track.
Yep, that's tough right in there. Catching the 17.
As here comes Isaac Flickinger. 17 is up to speed.
Yeah, it's going to pose an issue to the 48.
As the 17's last lap was within 0.2 of his fast lap and still in the minute 17s, which is exactly what Isaac Flickinger was running. And the 36 in that last pit stall is going to have to get towed a long way.
Whole track.
As Matt Duncan now trying to close in on the 47.
Yep, I get there.
Not quite close enough. Let's check in. We'll watch the battle for the lead as the 48 closes in on the 17. At least watch it for a lap. We'll see what happens. This might be what Fitzwater needs. Who would have thought that Fitzwater might be able to benefit off a lap car?
Until he turns her, him or her. And look, 29's getting there, man.
Well,
he just drove it
17
in
goes
deep.
wide. Here comes the 48.
Oh, no.
So Isaac Flickinger's going to get a run on the 17. Where does Will Hoyt go in all of this? Where does Flickinger go?
A lap car, benefiting Fitzwater? What is this?
Well, Isaac not quite close enough to make a move off into the S's.
A dirty air still.
And so this is going to hold up Isaac. Isaac
Where you
lost a
going?
little bit of ground there through the final corner. Here comes the 29.
Fitzwater, man, this is the best road.
Henry
Henry's
Sanford's
out.
on pit lane. And the gap
Another
under
car.
a second.
Watch this, another car in pit lane too.
No, it's just the 2 and the... Actually, the 2 is out.
Damn,
Brian
oh,
James is
23.
out as well.
God, a lot of racks here.
So now Isaac Flickinger closing in on the 17. How desperate is he going to be to try and lap Wilhoit when
Burn him.
Fitzwater is closing in?
Yeah, Fitzwater's not going to give an inch. He got embarrassed last week. He's trying to do redemption. 17 did not make that corner.
Well, and here's the thing. Fitzwater came in this race. All 3 of them missed the corner.
And 48 got off better.
48, though, with a good run. To the driver's right. Down the Mario Andretti straight.
17's not going to lay over and die.
17 trying to hang on to the lead lap.
Ah,
Throws it into the S's.
He ain't going to lay over.
And
Yes, he will.
Flickinger clears.
That's ball game.
As will that be all she wrote now? 36
Most
still
likely.
getting towed.
Fitzwater lost a lot of ground there.
And through all of that, the 35 started to lose ground. Matt Duncan has been passed by Steve Pollard and has now fallen into the clutches of his own teammate.
Yep, hoping they don't take each other out.
As Can Qualls try and make a move around the 6.
Got 13 laps to go here. The final pit stop's be coming up soon.
Yeah, should be in the next lap or 2, actually. As take a look and show down the field a little bit. As we're now down to just 30 lead lap cars. Falling down the field is the 98.
He pitted. Remember, he's the first one to pit.
Yeah. No issues there at least. So just standard pit stop. As now here comes Will Hoyt.
I don't know about
Although
this.
Will Hoyt is down on straight line speed though. So I wonder if the 48 might have run wide.
But you have another lap car in there. Oh, 48 way slow up that corner.
Well, not any issues yet for the 48. Here comes Fitzwater again, closing in on the 17.
But here's another car up there. That's Zorline, I think, or Peter Onjack. I can't tell.
It is Onjack, who we know to be off the... Yeah, they might have to park that car. That's 2 seconds off the pace.
They might have to, but... well, it might affect the battle for the lead here. Let's see what happens here. They're not catching him that quick.
No, they're not. I mean, their lap times have slowed down to 1:18.
Yeah, it's not too bad for that 46, because, I mean, it took him 20 laps to catch him.
Well, to be fair, that was also due to the fact that he had pit. Allison Rain now finally has been serviced on pit lane.
48
there goes
cars.
Will Hoyt off track. Fitzwater put 2 wheels off as well. And Fitzwater needs to clear the 17 pronto.
Yes, that's another statement.
Braddock and Hodak now pit. As Fitzwater couldn't quite get there.
Yeah,
and that's going to be all she wrote, I think, for the 48.
Well, 48 still got the 46.
Unless the 29 pits right here, right now. Yes, but so does Will Hoyt.
Oh,
and so did Flickinger.
What a terrible move by the 17. Get out of the way.
Well, what a great move for Isaac Flickinger to somehow manage to respond to it. There goes Juan Rodriguez to the lead.
Anybody does 2 tires here?
I doubt it. But if you stay out long enough, maybe. As we'll watch this. This is the battle for the lead on pit lane. Austin LaPlante now also pits. Stephen Paul III stayed out. Ambrose is in. Here comes Matt Duncan in. 48 released. There goes the 29, and an important pit battle there. No! Can't get by the 17. But the 48 also will have to deal with the 7.
I'm not a big fan of that by Will Hoyt. Should learn how to get out of the way.
As there is Braddock. Juan Rodriguez now inherits the lead. Collins is second. Ryan George third for the time being. Robert Pollard gets serviced as well. I think that was time Pollard was in. Braddock apparently had been serviced the time prior because he hasn't come back, or he's fallen down the order. Rodriguez will pit. Collins, I would expect to pit. Ryan George will stay out.
Interesting.
So it's not going to lead him a lap here. He'll lead the next lap, though.
5 points.
And for Ryan George, comes into this one. Where were they? They weren't even top 42, were they?
Nope.
No, he was down in 59th. So this is a huge call for the 64. LeDuc also stays out. It is going to be 4 tires for the 35. So there goes Isaac Flickinger by. There goes the 29.
29 got by to 17.
Yeah, finally, but damage has been done.
See what Fitzwater can do.
There's LaPlante going by, and so it leaves Ryan George and Rafael LeDuc as the only 2 yet to stop in this pit cycle.
Oh, they pitting both for LTV pits this time.
Well, I would expect them to. There's no way no one made it 18, so there's no way anyone goes and does the 1 stop.
Damn, Schumer is in 6th.
Well, again, this hasn't cycled all the way through. So let's see. 64 is going to pit this time. LeDuc coming into the S's as well. Will the Canadian stay out to try and lead a lap at Most Sport? No.
Yeah, I don't think the car can go that far. Any strategy call by these guys? Let's see.
It's going to be their only shot at trying to win the race. As we'll see. Watch for the 48 to come by. There goes the 48.
Rodriguez is in trouble. Never mind.
As 4 tires for the 64. And 4 tires for the 14.
But now they're going to have 2 lap record tires to gain on these guys.
And Austin LaPlante is all over Juan Rodriguez for third.
Yeah, he's trying to cut.
Oh, God. Well, there's Allison. She's 2 laps down in the 36.
Yep.
Just trying to salvage some points here. We'll follow this battle as no one... Actually, Allison is 4 laps down in the 36.
Oh, boy, that's a lot. She had a long toe, that's why.
Well, yeah, I had to get towed the entire length of the track. Rodriguez trying to fend off from the 5 for third. Will do so for now. As there goes Mitchell Collins off track. Here comes Ryan George now. There's Ambrose.
I think it's a great strat for Ryan George. Like I said, 2 lap fresher tires now, so.
I don't see what he had to lose in terms of doing it. Allison Rain, though, now going to try and battle Mitchell Collins.
Yeah, nothing like being 6 laps down in the leaders. 4.
As coming around the corner, Isaac Flickinger back to the race lead. Could we see it finally happen? We're 8 laps from the finish. Fitzwater second, Rodriguez third, Austin LaPlante fourth, Mitchell Collins in 5th. Ryan George is 6th, Marcus Ambrose is 7th, Steve Pollard 8th, Matt Duncan 9th, and James Qualls in 10th. Hunter Braxton is 11th, Stephen Pollard 3rd is 12th, LeDuc is 13th, Sam Schluter 14th, Colin Cropley, Jeff James, Brett Hill, Bradley Ream, Chris Wilson, and Brett Moma, the top 20. Tim Randolph, JT Bryant is in 22nd. Carter Joey, Pretty Shaw, Time Pollard, Mitchell Hodak, Robert Pollard in the top 30. Bill Bragg Jr. Brock is a lap down. Dylan Young is in 29th. Zorline 30th. Onjak pits again. There are just 30 lead lap cars. This will put the 46 back 2 laps down. And it looks like, unless something mechanical goes wrong under the hood of this 48 car, that the curse of the 48 might just end today.
Never say never, though.
As Fitzwater only able to close in by 600ths. The best battle on track is for third.
Yep. See what's Fitzwater, and I don't know if they'll catch any more lap traffic, but I doubt it.
Not with the 40. Yeah, the closest one would be the 25. So no.
Yeah.
Right now, the lap traffic would be for this battle for third.
Yep. See how much time Fitzwater can shave off this lap.
I don't think he's closing enough. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And plus, how much of this will be the 48 just runs whatever pace he needs to.
That's true. Best car the 48's ever loaded with.
As now, Peter on Jack.
Jack.
I can't talk now, apparently. As Juan Rodriguez gets slowed down by the 46, Austin LaPlante gave him some room though to handle it.
And here he goes.
And both 35 and the 5 are going to be able to clear the 46, no problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all.
And so the battle for third will resume. Ryan George is falling off of the 12 a little bit.
Yeah, 5 car slides it.
Well, and the differential that time, in fact, the 48 pulled out an extra 0.2 of a second. 7 laps to go now here at Mosport.
Yeah, it might be all stroke.
Well, like I said, unless it looks to be all Isaac Flickinger yet again for the second year in a row. Different car number as well. And this would be the long-awaited moment in... Now, granted, the 48 did not run in Season 3.
Yes.
So, but it has... And it had a few D&Qs in there with the past few seasons.
Yeah, with Duncan and Matthews.
So I don't know how many exact starts that number has made for this series. As Rodriguez goes wide, here comes LaPlante trying to make a move.
They finished second with Samuel Olgo, Kyle Matthews at 3 unit. I think somebody
Duncan
else
finished a best of third.
Yep.
In fact, actually, every driver of the 48, their best finish is second other than William Duncan. But right now, the battle is for third. 6 laps to go. The differential, it closed by 0.8.
Fitzwater's put on the map, the burners, baby.
Fitzwater pulls out a minute 17.0 to Isaac Flickinger's minute 18.2.
Man, who put the Barbie up his ass? Damn.
So it might not be over yet. Meanwhile, Allison Rain gets by on Jack. That is not for position. Now Ryan George going to have to deal with that 46 car. And here comes Ambrose hoping that the 47 gets held up.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. See how about it? Sparkling Magic. That's not where we want to try it.
That's not the spot you want to make that move.
Nope, you're gonna go. You don't want to go flying across the hill.
As JT Bryant had to make an extra pit stop.
And
here comes Ambrose.
JT's got a pit. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, when you look at, they made about 13 laps or so. It makes sense that he wouldn't have been able to make it. As the 46 still holding up to 64. Here comes Steve Pollard in the 27.
I don't know how that's going to work, Steve.
Around the outside, the differential back up to 2.6. Oh, Ryan George goes off. But saves it. No, he doesn't. He has to go to pit lane.
Oh, well, that's better than the DNF, I guess.
As now Ambrose gets a free spot out of that. Steve Pollard gets held up behind on Jack, and now, for whatever reason, the roles were reversed that lap. Isaac Flickinger with a minute 17.3, and he got 0.8 over Fitzwater.
I mean, Fitzwater burned this stuff up.
I don't know. As Ryan George makes his extra pit stop, there's JT Bryant going through.
Yep.
And now Austin LaPlante trying to find a way to get by Juan Rodriguez, who's been third literally the entire race.
1, 2, and 3 have been literally the top 3 the entire race.
Well, true. It's not going to be close enough that time. Steve Pollard looks like he'll finally get by the 46. Looking for where the battle's going to be. Schluter, Bradley Ream go wide. So does Wilson a little bit.
Yeah, Wilson, the points
Wilson's going to try to... This would be 3 points for him if he can get up to Bradley Ream.
And the way things look now, Steve Pollard will be the points leader, so that's good for Steve.
It was 31-point differential coming in between the 27 and the 42. So, yeah, it kind of looks that way. As Fitzwater, again, quicker ever so slightly, but he is running out of time.
Yep.
As Matt Duncan now having to try and get around on Jack.
Man, we thought after that blowing up in the duels was all for the 48. I guess not.
Well, he's got all his bad luck out of the way then, apparently. As
Yeah,
this
Isaac
right now
loves
is
this track.
This is the best battle on track. It is the battle for 15th between Sam Schluter, Bradley Ream, and Chris Wilson. Wilson can see the 6 points ahead of him.
Isaac is trying to win 4 out of his last 5 races he's ran at this track. Dual, truck, cup, dual, and then cup race here. That is an unbelievable feat if you're able to pull that off.
As now looking, Ream goes a little bit wide. That opens the door for Wilson. All over the back. Here comes Randolph inside a MoMA. Couldn't quite make the move.
Now, you also remember, too, if I
As
remember
the gap with under at 3 to go is now 1.2.
Fitzwater, the 48 was the fastest in the duel in the race laps, so...
So now Fitzwater starting to close the gap a little bit. He can see the 48 a little bit
Now look
clearer.
at the tire wear. 2 seconds for fall off there.
Well, or was that just a bad lap? We saw Flickinger was able to pull a 17 back out a couple laps ago after running an 18.
If the 48 chokes you, we play that Jimmy Johnson soundbite from the 2013 Coca-Cola 600.
As both drivers able to keep it
Oh,
on
that was
track.
good corner by Fitzwater.
Great corner for both of them.
Yeah, Fitzwater is gaining, I think.
The 29 looks to be a little bit quicker. Steve Pollard with the quickest lap of the race, and I think he did it on this run.
I think so too.
I don't know. Hard to tell. But it will be 2 to go at the line, and Fitzwater saying, "I'm not done yet."
I'm not finished with you yet.
As at the line now, 2 laps to go for Isaac Flickinger to end the curse. And it's under a second.
Fitzwater is like, I'm going to make the first road course race interesting on this channel. I'm getting there.
It's going to be the first Mosport race that we've had that's interesting.
Seriously, we were falling asleep last year with a plant. As here comes that 29.
Fitzwater looking, just trying to keep all 4 tires on the course, basically.
Yeah, you want to use a little bit of that there? Oh, he's there. He's coming, man.
He's closing ever so slightly, but he needs to keep it on track.
Oh, he's coming. Oh, man, he's a lot better. He is. Yeah, that car looks stout right now.
Steve Pollard had to pit.
Crap.
From 7th.
And
that's it. Fitzwater goes wide.
But does the 48 have to pit?
I don't know. If
Watch
he can
him
make
pit,
it, it's gonna be his race to lose.
If he pits, I'll cry.
Isaac Flickinger, a lap and 2 corners away from ending the curse of the 48.
Does he pit? Nope.
He keeps it on track. Fitzwater going to stay on track. White flag is out. 1 lap to go in the Labatt Blue 350. Can the curse end?
Hunter Braxton up to the top. Hunter Braxton to the 10th. Good job by them.
Well, he's the one that gets promoted up to the 10th spot because of the 27 pitting.
Yep. Oh, battle right there.
Leduc going to try and take 11th away from Stephen Paul III.
He will.
And will do so. So Leduc, the top Canadian in the field, in 11th. Although Pollard fights back on the outside.
He might have a chance at the points lead. He wants those spots.
Who gets held up by the 46?
14 probably. And how about that? Isaac Flickinger. We saw back-to-back for Dixon. And now can we see back-to-back for Flickinger? I guess just back-to-back.
Well, that's how it fits into the weekend, I guess, isn't it? He makes it through
unbelievable.
He makes it through the most hazardous corner, no problem.
Remember,
does he have enough fuel?
At the Daytona.
Steve Pollard had to pit again.
Four out of the 5 cars in Daytona missed the race for Hendrick. Hendrick Motorsports, what a comeback, what a story. And off the corner,
here we go. Into the final set of corners.
It's finally going to happen.
The curse of the 48 is finally broken. Isaac Flickinger is the first to win in the Lowe's 48, and it happens at Mosport.
Wow, back-to-back for Isaac. What a job. The dude won for Furniture Row. Won for Furniture Row Racing. Oh, my God. First win for Hendrick in the 48. First win for Hendrick, I think, since Ontario last year.
That might very well be. We'll show them as they come across the line. LeDuc is actually going to get a top 10.
Wow, somebody else.
So we do have a Canadian. I think it's because of Steve Pollard. I think he crossed the line still in the top 10.
Whopley 12th. Good job by them. Struhler 10th and 13th. Bream in his first start. Jeff James got passed in the last lap.
Yep. Robert Pollard's going to get a top 25. Ryan George had to pit at some point. Oh, yeah, because the extra, because he got sent down, yeah. Steve Pollard, unfortunately for him, is going to be 28th.
That's a tough break. Wow, that was a really good race.
As the top 10 today, Isaac Flickinger ending the curse of the 48. Zachary Fitzwater, Juan Rodriguez, Austin LaPlante. It's a double top 5 for Hendrick. Mitchell Collins, Marcus Ambrose, Matt Duncan, James Qualls, Hunter Braxton, and Raphael LeDuc does Canada proud and gets a top 10 as a Canadian at Mosport.
Yeah,
Steven, your final thoughts on this one?
The 5's first top 5 since the original season 4. That was one of the better road, a lot better than last year's race. Isaac Flickinger finally pulls it off. That is Isaac's third win. His 29 races since his last win. Of course, he missed a couple races. That's why it's that there. Zachary from getting beat by Daniel Bouchard to finishing second. That's a comeback and a half. Juan Rodriguez clearly his best finish. Mitchell Collins too. Ambrose and Duncan, good runs here. Hunter Braxton from the back to the front. Sam Struhler's 2 starts, 13th and 10th. Cropley 3rd and 12th. Bradley Reeves debuted past Jeff James on the last lap. That's no small task. Robert Pollard 24th is going to help him with the cars who make no points. He's probably going to miss next week anyways. Look at the bottom.
No one actually out in that last stint. So amazingly enough, everyone kind of just kept it clean there at the end.
Well, it's the other side of the coin for Hendrick. 27th and 29th for Zorla and Dylan Young. So it's kind of the 50-50 there. Amy Shelley, tough break. Tough break for people high in the points. Chris Wilson, 16. Steve, the 07, the 98. A lot of guys at the top of the points. And it looks like nobody's going to have a runaway, just not yet in the beginning of the season. Next week, we're going to Charles's home track.
Not 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Cup will be off.
I keep forgetting about them damn Mexicans. We're going to Mexico City next week.
Hold on. No. We do not condone what he just said. No.
We're going to Mexico next week, and then we're going to California in 2 weeks for a triple header, right?
Yep. It will be it's going to be our third triple header of the year, actually.
It's the Animaniacs 500, right?
It might very well be.
So last year we saw Jesse Turner win.
The Animaniacs 500 presented by the Jimmy Johnson Foundation.
Yeah, Jesse Turner won over Chris Wilson, and I can't remember who the third guy was. So it's going to be interesting. That's going to be more of a plate style race, I believe, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a
more
longer race
at least. We know that.
It's going to be at least 75 laps. Isaac, now I don't know who the next curse is going to be. Is it going to be the curse of the 18?
I don't know. I don't know if there's another one that's been in the series since the beginning that hasn't won.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It was a good weekend. Matt Dixon, Isaac Flickinger, and Joshua High were the winners this week. A lot of veteran drivers showing off their strength right here. And I guess next video duels in 2 weeks you'll see what a new curse is. I guess. Good job on the I-9, Charles. Is actually
I guess the curse would be Allie Nelson. Maybe I don't know.
Well, the 43 car, they've only won like 2 races in the whole time.
Maybe. Either way, congrats to Isaac Flickinger on ending the curse of the 48 finally after
that just rhymes so well.
After 6 seasons of work, finally gets that first win for the Hendrick 48.
Seriously.
Or at least not 6 years of work for him. It's 6 years of trying for that 48 team.
I guess we could have the curse of our Paula now.
Maybe. But congrats to Isaac Flickinger on the win. Leave a like if you enjoyed that one. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. Leave a comment down below or in the Premier Chat or on Discord on what you thought about it, what you think might be able to be improved upon on this one, if you think there is anything. Or just where you finished. But for Stephen Paul III, I'm Gordon Fan 291, and this has been a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys. Isaac, this Miller Lite's for you at Lowe's.